Welcome back, folks in YouTube. Just cut the video before. I've started producing some settlers to fill in the forts I already have with cities. Cities won't be worth jack all for quite a while, but um, I might as well take advantage of the dwarf comet. Dwarf comet? Comet. Yeah. Not comment, comet. Yeah, whatever. Um, See, I've got 3 forts I can fill in with settlers. I wouldn't advise it for like you, Joe,
Yeah.
because you don't get that much from your outposts. So spamming a bunch of outposts is less worthwhile. But I get 15 extra gold or 20 for
Oh,
targeting
right.
outposts. So they have base gold income of 20 plus whatever they get being an outpost, which means they pay for themselves much quicker. Something like 12 turns. Whereas for you, it's something like 30 turns to pay for the cost of a settler, so a lot less
Yeah.
useful. Um, how much gold do you have right now?
120.
Not a ton. All right, I'm currently. Wait, why am I only at neutral? 150 alignment. Did something else happen? Hunted down fleeing guards. That's not new. Declared war independence. Oh yeah, I'm at 200. I can only afford 25. Um, so it's either an orcish village or an orcish or a Tigran village or Fairfields if I want to risk. They want a massive 307 gold, and I'll have to deal with those scoundrels almost immediately. Hmm. All right, connected up this inn. Roads now pass through it, so once it's cleared, 2 crushers, an elder flamer. Hmm. Mercenaries from time to time. Probably not worth the money immediately. This inn's kind of in the way of stuff. I could advance with 4 sun guards and a shredder on it, and a builder, cannon fodder. Might gain experience from getting attacked. Uh,
Oh, you can tunnel with worker or with builders?
yeah, builders are the only unit that I've easy access to that can tunnel besides, obviously, that guy who got the drill.
Oh.
Uh, Dwarves and goblins have a lot of units that can tunnel, but most other races are limited to builders and, well, mainly to builders.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm strongly defending that builder, and I might be able to build one more fort somewhere. Although I'd need sites that are clear. Um, I could build a fort and hand it to you, Joe, if there was a
Yeah.
spot somewhere that would be good for your cities, maybe.
Hmm. I don't know.
I don't see near that watchtower near the northwest of Eleanor. The watchtower is actually sitting on what's a perfect spot for a fort, probably for a dwarven one. Um,
Northwest. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see. It's not a bad spot for a dwarven city.
um,
Got a lot of dwarf spots.
yeah, dwarves are great because they like mountains, so there's often lots of spots you can nestle up in the mountains. Uh, but that's about all I see. And there's like a couple spots for little tiger cities in the tropical barren areas. Uh, right. So if I absorb the little hobbitses, I'll have to raise a bunch of military units to even hope to defend them. Whereas if I absorb Galbrand, um, you've got an army nearby, it can help them. And I mean, there's some sites that need clearing, but it's not in any immediate danger from anything, right? Where there's some brigands wandering around near Galbrand, maybe?
Um, I don't remember. You've got a brigand hideout there, but
Hmm.
I don't remember seeing any independent armies there.
Hmm. Oh yeah, another orcish city west of Imbold. There's a lot of orcs living underground there, a lot of independent orc cities for whatever reason. Like,
Yeah.
yep,
Huh.
some on the surface, some underground. Which is, I mean, the orcs will be useful with that blight because orcs they don't hate blight, they just dislike it. So they suffer less of a penalty if I settle into the blight than I would with any of my other races. Useful for, you know, settling to the blight. And they actually they like barrens and they don't mind tropical terrain at all.
Yeah.
They hate volcanic terrain though, which is funny. You know, with Tolkien and stuff, you'd think they would like volcanic, but no,
Yeah. Weird.
Mordor. They don't like that kind of terrain. I guess that's blighted more than volcanic. Well, no, part actually it's really volcanic, not blighted at all. Maybe in the south it's blighted. I don't know. Blight's kind of a unique thing to this game.
Yeah.
Uh, Orcs give pretty decent melee units. I still probably prefer Sun Guards or Dwarven Axemen to them, but the Orcish Greatswords are hard hitting tier 1 units. They have high attack, so they do make a better accounting of themselves versus, and they have war cries versus units that are higher tier than them. Whereas Sun Guards are in Axemen are more defensive. Sun Guards don't have the defense to stand against really high tier units. And they don't have the tact to do a ton of damage to them either. So Sun Guards are more for standing on city walls against enemy archers and fighting some tier units. They're really good at those things. Axemen can do a little, are tough enough they can do all right against, because they have armor and the Tigrants don't. Anyways, another Floor Quarry guarded by a bunch of Draconians. Where are those Berserkers? Ooh, what's that? I saw something new. I see something new. What is this? It's like looks like a skull, some kind of site. Do you see the thing south of Fairfields? Is like a skull-shaped thing. I don't know what it is. It's like
Uh,
across the
what is it?
mountains between Fairfields and Usfor along the river. There's like a, I don't know what it is, but there's like a skull.
Oh yeah. Some kind of treasure site.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Hmm. I don't know. I'm just gonna gather my army. There's this destruction node. Probably holds some mana. I can try and clear this later. Uh, two berserkers and a spearman. I might be able to take that out with my necromancer, but I might lose one of the corpses. Hmm. How much mana do you have?
I have 316.
Oh, you got a bit of mana. All right. Screw warrior culture then. Actually, I'm gonna go for warfare 2. Um, it's not like I had knowledge saved up, as far as I can tell. Overflow is lost. For extra mana capacity so and casting points so I can cast more spells. Um, I might try and clear a destruction node next turn. I don't know what the like the site, like what the negative effect is of it, but it'll probably be something nasty. But I could lose my hero, but I'll try. If I gain another level of warfare, she might be able to win. Um, hmm. And actually have my hero hang out underground because he hates Arctic terrain. Tyrants don't
Yeah.
like cold. Uh, do I dare to take on these draconians? Uh, Fort Corey has resources and items, but you were just gonna spit out units in Eleanor, right? Or was there any really big things that you could benefit from having the Fort Corey for?
Hmm. Uh, not really.
Oh,
Not that I can think of.
um, I was talking about lots of little cities.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, but might be a valid place. It is. Looks like it is. Uh, Wait, I can build forts in allies' territory? That wouldn't make any sense. Oh, cannot build in players' domain. You see next to your capital how there's that one temperate barren tile that's not in your domain?
Yeah.
You could build a fort there to save a spot for a little outpost.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, it could be a dwarven one since the domain wouldn't actually, it would only expand into the claimed area. You could
Yeah.
fit a little tiny dwarven outpost there, or you could try and intentionally shrink the heck out of your other domains so that we get some forest tiles and make it elves. Um, which case you might actually want to shrink the domain of Illinois and then do the barren one that's more centrally located near the forest. I mean, you might want to do that as much as dwarves are really cool. What's the
Hmm.
population of Illinois?
6,000. This 6,898.
Yeah, and a settler is 2,000 population. So that it would shrink from a town to a village if you built a settler in Illinois.
But I could
Uh,
just sell that right away.
yeah, you could just settle right there. It would clear some of the forest tiles, but it should be able
Oh right.
to. Yeah, shoot, it would actually only be able to get in its borders the ones that it would clear anything that could get in its domain. Never mind, and you wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to reforest it. Uh, you could probably settle a city, or you could just do a builder and do that site. Save the, build a fort where I was talking about. Save the site for a future city before
Yep.
it gets swallowed up by borders. It will slow the growth of your capital a little, but how many turns to your capital grows?
7.
7. Hmm.
Yeah. For now.
How many till Eleanor grows?
10.
Oh, okay. So you probably want to do it very close to the time the Metropolis grows. So yeah, you could spit out a few wall moment and then a builder and go and build that
Yeah.
fortress. I think you'd want to have it done before, so you wouldn't want to do it when it's 6. So if you built a builder when it was 5 or 4 turns to, so I mean, I should say 4 or 5 turns from now, builder at the latest. Though you could do it earlier if you had other things like you could build roads to connect
Okay.
things. At least roads in areas that aren't covered by forest. Yeah. Um, but all this talk about uh dwarven cities here, there, everywhere. It sounds like it's gonna be challenging to get enough dwarves. So then here comes a question. If I annex Galbrand to really make it worthwhile, I'd really need to clear. You're already going to help with the crystal tree with the Spring of Life to the north, which has 2 hunters, sorry, 3 hunters and a dire bear. Uh, you might be able to do it if the crystal tree battle goes well. And I could definitely do it if I trained a couple axemen to assist you.
Yep.
Or maybe a couple prospectors because the city doesn't have a barracks probably, and there are a couple areas that could dig tunnels too to free up to save city sites. Um, lots of dwarves to get lots of dwarven racial governance to get the high level dwarf city stuff. Meteoric armor, immune to armor piercing, extra. Yeah, high level dwarves are really, really tough with the deity level meteoric armor thing. Or you can get improved mountaineering, or you can get arcane item forges cheaper for cheaper production of stuff. Improved mountaineering isn't great. It just means they move across mountains faster. Huh. Um, yeah. So the dwarves will eventually be able to make lots of items, and the items take time based on their costs. So dwarves can make them faster and cheaper, and they make amazing warriors. So the question is if you want me to give you more gold, or if you're cool with a major investment in my finally annexing Galbrand so that I can start training dwarven axemen and or prospectors and eventually settlers and helping sell these sites for you because I can settle a dwarven city and then hand it to you, or I can hold on to it for a while and give it to you later. Either way, I get more gold out of the city sites, but you'll need the axemen, so which means you'll need control of most of them. Um,
Hmm. Um. Well, I need to have more troops down here first, because I can't stray too far from Fugold with this haunted boneyard in my city, threatening to spawn more titans. But if I yeah, if I get some troops down there, maybe I can send Shira down there to help destroy the archons. Then I should be free to help clear your sites.
well, okay, one thing, right? To help deal with that haunted boneyard, uh,
Yeah.
is now that I have this guy with the mana drill, I could actually dig a tunnel I'm looking. Um, you had that tunnel that was going to be a little city site, that long dead end tunnel next to
Yep.
lava. I could do another tunnel that connects up to there and actually have it go far enough, long enough before connecting the main tunnel to even free up an area for yet another city site. And so, you put two sites on that tunnel eventually, but it would be a shortcut anyways. I could bring armies up there to help get to that boneyard quicker. It'd be, I think, slightly quicker if my hero goes ahead and digs the tunnel. And if your prospector also
Like
helps.
where, like where that magma forge and farm are.
Yeah. Or, oh, okay, time is of the essence. I'm thinking about this. If he digs another tunnel that connects up on the tunnel he's at, but connects closer to the hub or something, basically just every turn counts. Uh, hmm. Yeah, maybe you should dig it from where he currently is, because the city at the end of that tunnel branch has that like suburbs of the city. Like anything that's adjacent to the city center is like suburbs of the city
Yeah.
and counts for city battles. And then anyone who comes up that tunnel has to fight through that city to get elsewhere. If you leave even just one unit on the suburbs of the city, um, and city battles are much harder, so it makes a choke point once there's a city there eventually. Uh, yeah, and other tunnels can be dug for other cities later. But yeah, if the prospector starts digging and my hero starts digging, they can be in the middle, and I should be able to race some of my soldiers up to help deal with the archons, like
Yeah.
relatively soon. I can send my hero right away. Um, and if the archons show up before the rest of my army, I'll at least have the hero there to cast spells to help you. And remember, you won before. I think you lost
Yeah.
some animals, but with the help of my hero and my spells, I don't think it'll go too badly. And then once I get more units, I'll be able to basically shuffle units to help defend your city while you can help me clear the sites around Galbrain, which won't have much of a garrison for a while. But I need to absorb Galbrain now because I need to start building buildings, and it's going to be an investment of gold, obviously.
Yeah.
So is that cool? It would allow me to take advantage of the dwarf comet, the extra production, to build up the city quicker.
I think so.
All right, then it
Do
is
you need
time
me
for
to
you.
protect it from these? Do you need me to take out those three scoundrels?
The camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Just so they don't spawn something stronger.
let's see what the city morale is. Minus 112. It wouldn't be happy with. Aquarium won't make them happy, and they're not unhappy, so they'll eventually spawn stuff, but the Spring of Life gives 150 pop, so I think it's the Spring of Life is a higher priority because
Okay.
that's worth 50 happiness, which I guess is irrelevant. Uh,
Yeah. Well,
150 pop, which is relevant, and the Stables of Vigor, which allows fast healing high morale mounted units. So I can produce
hmm.
like extra good boar riders from Galbrand if I want. Or I could
Nice.
shrink the domain intentionally and try and plant a city of some other race next to it, like Tigrans or something. There is a little cave entrance there. Decent. Yeah, if I shrunk the city one, if I shrunk it down to a village, I could plant a wooden fort next to the Spring of Life and make sure it acts as a choke point on the on that cave entrance for extra defense, as well as it being in range, putting the Spring of Life in its range. Yeah, that would be the smart move. Probably. Anyways, I just absorbed the city. I can train prospectors and scouts right now. Wow, it doesn't have that much production even with the dwarf comet. 42.
Yeah, it has no production treasure sites
Yep. Um.
yet. Anyway, I
All
guess
right.
it's the tool.
Uh. What's the base cost of a dwarf axeman? Like you should be able to see in your dwarf city.
55.
Yep. Okay, so I'll need a builder's hall for sure. Um. With a builder's hall, I still won't be able to one turn him once the comet's over, but um. Mm, could do a builder's hall. It's a long-term investment. I could go right for a barracks. Yeah, I think it should be a builder's hall then a barracks. City already built a shrine. Interestingly, I don't know why. I don't know why it has the shrine, but it does. Um,
I'm pretty sure you're Zuko.
hmm.
I think this man is Zuko.
So we're in builder units. 300 and dire bear. That is a tier 3 animal. Shoot, I do need a garrison. I want to do a builder's hall, but
Yeah, it's him. It was a deliberate nod to him.
all right. Yeah, I'm just gonna train a prospector, I guess, and then get on a builder's hall at Galbrand.
Okay.
The prospector, it's not much, but it can aid your stack. If you,
They should really give you the units the vassal owned when you annex them.
yeah, unfortunately not. Um, unfortunately, I don't do it, but I will need help keeping the city safe for a while. Um, I guess the Spring of Life is worth a lot of population, so I'd like to clear that, but oh, instant deploys in a regular. It doesn't say that I could get extra prospectors, so I could show up. I could aid you with two prospectors against the dire bears, one that I draft and one that I train. It's not
Yeah.
much, but it's a little can fodder. It might make the Spring of Life viable without losing too many units. And I also need to, get an army up real quick so that Galbrain doesn't die to random uh, scoundrels, basically. Um, yep. So this is gonna be a major investment. I'm gonna be drafting prospectors as much as I can with mana and casting points, and Builder's Hall, and will help me get walls on the city, which will make it happier. Spring of Life will make it happier. Yep, once the city has the Spring of Life and stone walls, then it will be worth coining the Brigands camp because then it can gain an extra morale level, but not before then. So, just to give you an idea of like, it's not that Brigand's Camp is not worth clearing. It's just a not as high, nearly as useful as clearing the Spring of Life.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you get some units when clearing it too, so it might give some units so that the city can defend itself, or even send units to help defend Fugold. All right, well, it's my third city. I can't afford to absorb any more cities until Treklium declares war on me and I lose 50 alignment. Then I can eventually absorb the Orcish city in Fairfields, or Tungal and Fairfields or something. Different possibilities. I'd probably rather do the Orcish village than just another Tigran one because it's a different race. But we'll see. All right, ready to end this turn. Let me save in case something happens because the independents go after me in the turn order.
Okay.
Save our revolt. There's no way we'd go back to the earlier. Well, it does mark them timestamp, so. Any sign of you're not seeing Lucian move over near his territory or anything, are you?
No. I don't have any vision on him, do I? Yeah, not really.
Independence capture Watchtower.
Nope.
Oh no. Domain invasion of Galbrand.
Yeah, they just spawned a stack.
Is it your turn now?
Almost.
Oh, because this is waiting for other players.
Independence. There we go. Oh, hey, I did something. What did I do?
Empire quest completed. Eternal City.
Oh, Metropolis.
How did your city become a metropolis already?
I built a building. I built a storehouse.
That shouldn't have done it.
It shouldn't have. No. That was weird. Huh.
Where did they capture one of my watchtowers? You said they spawned a stack. Did you see where it happened? It's
Oh
not
yeah,
the.
I saw Galbrand. There's some brigands.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, I mean, I know there's a domain invasion. Wait, where did they? I don't see them.
Yeah, there's two scoundrels, a goblin and an orc.
Oh, they're outside my board. There could be a high elf too. It's in forest, so
Oh
there's
yeah, I bet that's what it is. I
usually
think I
there's
saw them.
3. So yeah, it's probably a goblin, a dwarf, and a high elf.
Oh shit, domain invasion at Illinois. That's not good. 2 goblins, a high elf, and a halfling scoundrel.
Wait,
I have
not
nothing in
good.
Illinois.
Why do you say?
I mean, next turn I'll have a high elf longbowman, but probably move units there. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you put that stack there, is specifically in case the brigand
Oh,
camp.
I didn't see those 4 units. Never mind,
Yeah,
I'm fine.
they're 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 toast.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
forgot
you
I
can
had that there.
easily.
Easily kill them.
Yeah,
Right.
you could kill them, or you could wait for them to probably attack the city, but they might just bypass the city and look for vulnerable builders or whatever. So I'd probably attack them.
Okay. Got a hero join offer.
Oh, I think you got. Oh no, this is
It's a
the
Frostling
runaway.
sorcerer.
What's her gimmick?
The
Uh,
runaway.
well, yes. Oh, she has charm. That's her gimmick.
Yeah.
She can charm units.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know if channeler. I think that's probably because she's a sorcerer, but she can charm units. That's unique and very useful because remember, if you charm a unit successfully and then win the battle, that unit is yours forever.
Yeah. So
Uh,
definitely worth recruiting.
sorcerers are really have very powerful spells, I believe. They're
Yeah.
not good stats wise, but if you're willing to invest the mana, they can stand
I
back
need more
and
casting points. Oh wait, she has her own casting points.
yeah,
Actually, that's helpful.
and she uses skill points to upgrade her own casting points. Um,
Yeah.
of course, keep in mind it still costs mana, and that comes with the alternative of stat upgrades and such. But
I don't have the money to hire her yet, though.
shit, I forgot to send you money. I was gonna send you money.
Oh yeah.
Although,
Wait,
how much money do you have?
143.
Oh, that's because stuff in your queue moved to the front of your queue.
Oh, Serial's offering me a tribute. I can take 173 gold.
Were they gonna offer you something else instead, or
A small army.
which is probably
Some
random
elves,
crap.
probably.
I would take the money. That'll probably give you the money to hire
Yeah.
her.
Okay. 300. Yeah, now I can afford it.
Yep.
Should
I
I hire her
meant
this turn?
um yeah, I meant to give you gold. I forgot about it. I was trying to calculate how much gold I should send you, and then I completely forgot.
Yeah. That's right.
Long COVID brain. Uh, it happens. I mean, I
Oh,
have
Nat Craig leveled up.
467 gold right now, and everything is like building something, so it's not like I need the gold.
Who
Um,
should I get my orc?
what should you give your orc?
Yeah,
Uh, oh, did you hire her? Oh yeah, you
I
and
did.
she probably has some level ups already available too. I don't know what easy you have available.
Um, Warm at Night, Vision Range upgrade, Twisting Roots, True Sight, Swimming, 20% Spirit Protection, Spirit of the Land, 20% Shock Protection,
What is
Savage Rage, Root Spears, Revive Instinct, Nourishing Meal, Night Vision, Natural Immunity, Natural Healer, Hornet Swarm, Free Movement, Druidry 1,
what does
Call and...
Warm at Night do?
Oh, that's, all units gain 40%. All units in the hero's army gain 40% frost protection.
Well, you are using him to defend Mistdale against in a frosty climate, though that doesn't actually mean you'll face anything that uses frost.
Yeah,
Shoot. In fact, the next thing you're likely to face is Orc Priests, who use Fire, Blight, and Spirit. Literally everything but frost.
or call
Uh,
ancestral spirits.
Call Ancestral Spirits. So that's a spell. It costs mana, but
Yeah,
right, unless it says it's ability.
that's a spell. I think
How much does it cost?
20 casting points. Oh, sorry, five hero upgrade points.
I meant the spell itself. It's 20 casting points to use.
Yeah,
So he doesn't even have the casting points to cast it, and it gives you like a unit that you only have for the battle, which is actually pretty good. But you need to upgrade him his casting points first. You need
yeah,
Druidry 1 before you could even use
that's
that
true.
spell. How much are basic stats? You can never go wrong with basic stats.
3 for health, 3 for or sorry, 3 for health, 3 for defense, 4 for resistance, 3 for melee, and 2 for ranged.
I'd probably give him the defense and the ranged. He's an orc, so you know more of an emphasis probably on melee, but he still has a longbowman. He still has a longbow. He's still a druid, and I would at least give him the defense because he always has 11 defense.
Yeah.
Are there any other things that only cost 2 after you take the defense?
Um, free movement, or shock protection and spirit protection and blight protection only cost one.
Uh, Spirit and Blight only cost one, you said?
Spirit shock and blight. Yeah.
Um, hmm. Uh, those are the only other things that cost one spirit. Yeah, I would probably give him Spirit and Blight protection then. Because those Orc priests with defense, with a level of defense, Spirit and Blight protection. Or did he actually? You haven't given him the defense upgrade yet, have you?
I've been giving them upgrades. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's yeah. I was thinking for a second, but yeah, the defense is probably important against the Impaler and the Spearman. That'll help him against the Orcs. Give you a reduce the time till you can clear that trading post. It's worth 20 gold a turn once it's in your domain. So, how long till Mistale grows?
Let's see. 17 turns.
So you probably, if you want it to grow faster, you probably need to do an
Build
observatory or stone wall, maybe.
stone wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
stone
if I
walls
want to
and
increase the domain.
yeah. Observatory would help you get towards those empire quests that give knowledge. By the
Yeah.
way, you got a monument in your capital for the Metropolis thing, right?
The Eternal City. Yep. +5 production, gold, mana, and knowledge.
Nice. That'll help you get the sage and yeah, that Empire quest is pretty nice, and I don't think Mistdale is in any immediate harm other than wandering brigands and such. So I'd probably. How much gold do you have left now that you hired that hero?
66. Yeah.
uh, hmm. It's not much.
I do have some of it invested into um this high elf longbowman, right? Because it's already queued up. So if I cancel it, I'll get the 80 gold back, right?
I have a different idea. Hear me out. See
Yeah.
that great farm? It
Which one?
holds the great farm west of your orc. The farm,
Hello?
the windmill. Can you hear me?
Oh, you cut out. The Great Farm west of what?
West of your orc.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
with the two goblins and a boar.
Yeah, that's a pretty weak garrison. You could probably take it since you have a mature shock serpent, which is mean and hard to kill. It's got a lot of health.
Yeah,
Um, if you were to go there and your your baby shock serpent will grow into another mature shock serpent with just 15 more XP. It's worth
yeah,
noting.
that's true.
Um, you have an elite dire penguin. If you're careful about this and you clear that farm, you'll get offered a unit, but you can take gold instead of the unit as an alternate reward.
Yeah.
So that will give you some money to build stuff because I think Mistel just finished a war hall, right?
I don't. No, it's still Mistel's still working on the Warhol.
Oh,
Actually, yeah. Let me check who needs to be building stuff.
because I think everyone's
Oh,
already spent their gold, so maybe no
yep.
one.
Everybody but my capital. My capital's producing merchandise.
Right. So
So
Illinois doing longbowmen. Your Dwarven state's doing what?
the dwarves are making a shooting grounds and working on crossbowmen
Uh,
afterwards.
yeah. So they're working on the shooting grounds. They already paid them. They won't pay for the crossbow until the turn they're supposed to do it begins.
Yeah.
Which, if they don't have the money, they'll pause the construction of the crossbowmen, which is not good because
Yeah.
they could have done merchandise instead. So you don't want that. We'll have to remember.
Don't queue them up
What
in
you
that
should
case.
do is request. Oh no, they're already queued up. I'm just saying you should request gold at the end of your turn, and I'll approve it at
Okay.
mine so that you'll have the money by the time your turn rolls around. It'll need to be that way though, otherwise you won't have the money when your turn starts. Though that might not actually cause issues as long as you have it before your turn ends. It should unpause once you get the money. Yeah. But anyways, probably better for you to quest money at the end of turn when we know the exact financial situation. I could also use some mana, so you can request money, offer mana, because they have exactly 1 mana. I'm not
Oh.
kidding you. I have 1 mana in reserve and 16 surplus a turn, so.
Oh. Yeah, you're giving me a bunch though, aren't you?
Yes. I'm giving you 118 mana a turn. That's why.
Oh, that's why. Summer of Love in Starone. It was a great year of wealth and love for Starone. The city grew with 4,080 population. I got
Oh,
an
yeah.
event.
You got a random event that gave you extra population and cut the. That's really nice. That ensured that you won the race for the first metropolis. Might There's a small chance the goblins might have beat you to it otherwise because they grow faster and elves grow slower. Um. Oh yeah, you could probably cancel the fertile domain spell at Sarone now since you got a metropolis.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't really need to grow anymore, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Unless,
if you train settlers, yes, but you're actually probably better off shrinking the domain back to city size so you can squeeze in that one last fort because you can't build forts inside your domain for another city, another outpost near your capital. So yeah. Anyways, I would cancel the spell. It's not worth the mana once it's already probably wasn't worth the mana before even, but except for the Empire quest.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you click on the city select fertile domain, there should be an X or something to cancel.
Yep. I got it. Okay. Now I'm making more mana.
How much you making a turn now?
113.
Nice. Because yeah, I'll need mana so I can keep using my casting points to cast spells and fights. I could probably use a little more of a healthy mana reserve too, so I'm not
Yeah.
constantly, literally running my mana down to 1 each turn. I've just barely getting enough mana from you to keep using, and there was one time where I couldn't use spells when I would have liked to. Before a couple turns ago, I think it was. Uh, yeah. So I would go and try and clear that Great Farm right now. If you move your stack next to it in case there's hidden units, or you could just move your hero because or the boar because the boar is the least powerful unit, and if you need to fall back and do something more important with your hero, it's probably less of a loss. But yeah, I would scout the Great Farm, and if there's no hidden units, I'd move your stack there,
All right.
and then
Oh yeah, she does have hero upgrade points. 15 of them.
yep, because she starts off at level 4, so 3 upgrades.
Yeah. Dragon Slayer party. Dispel magic. Charged army. Oh, all units in the hero's army gain +1. Uh, oh, what's it called? Lightning strength. Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know
What
if that would be a
spells
good
does
one.
she start with? If you click on cast spells, what spells does she already have?
Where? Oh, right here. Okay. Magic Fists, Star Blades, and Harmonizing Energy.
I have no idea what any of those do.
Magic Fist costs 10 mana. It compresses magical energy in order to create a strong physical force. It deals 21 damage to the target enemy unit. Star Blades cost 5 mana. The target friendly unit gains Inflict Shocking and +1 lightning, fire, and frost strength until the end of combat. Melee and ranged attacks from units with Inflict Shocking can cause the target to be shocked. Shocked units lose 8 movement and gain 40% shock weakness for 2 turns.
It's a cheap but fairly effective buff, and the last cost effective for
Sure.
sure.
Yeah.
And what was the last spell?
Sorcerer elves must be pretty strong, huh? Harmonizing Energy. Sends out 20 mana. Sends out a wave of magical energy through a unit's body that stabilizes its physical state, restores 30 health to target friendly unit.
Nice.
It's a good killing
Uh,
spell.
yeah. So I might give her sorcery 1 or whatever increases her casting points for at least one of the upgrades. I don't know how much it costs, but so
Let's see. She has 20 casting points right now.
in
Sorcery 1 costs 5, but
yeah,
it'll give her 10 casting points.
which will give her enough to cast harmonizing is 30, right?
It's 20.
Oh, it's 20. Well, it'll give her enough to do a couple
Cast more.
cast more. I'm not sure if
Okay.
I would do more than that because how many fights are you going to cast more spells than that? But I would at least give her one upgrade.
All right.
Looking at a unit card to see as the things ticking.
30. Okay. I don't know if it would be good to give her any kind of stats. They're all fairly
uh,
cheap right
yeah. If nothing else, defense. Even if her spells are a primary attack, stats are still her primary defense.
Yeah.
I'd at
Is
least give her a level of defense and resistance. Probably a level of health. Those are all 1, I think.
resistance was 2,
Oh. Well, I would
but yeah.
definitely give her a level of health and defense.
Okay. I've got 6 points left.
How much is another level of health or defense?
2 each.
Uh,
Otherwise, um, is she gonna lead an army?
uh, maybe eventually. Yeah, I mean, most of your heroes do end up bleeding. A stack at least. They might have multiple
Yeah.
stacks that fight together, but
Because there's one that buffs lightning strength for all units in the army.
it's just +1, right?
Yeah. It costs 4 points.
It's pretty expensive. I might give her another level of defense instead.
So she's at 11 defense. All right.
Yeah. Health
Got
may
4 points left.
help her survive slightly more, but and she doesn't heal any faster just because she has higher health, max health.
Yeah.
How many points does she have left now?
4.
Um,
Should I try to
hmm.
make up for a fire weakness with some fire protection? I feel like fire's common enough of a damage type.
You do see it sometimes. How much is a level of fire protection?
Just 1 point.
Oh yeah, I
If
would
she's at
definitely.
40% weakness, I can get her down to 40%, down to 20% weakness.
Yeah, I would definitely take that.
Okay. 3 points left. Give her more
Um,
defense or more hit points. Melee strength and range strength is still cheap. Blight protection, shock protection.
You have 3 points,
Oh,
you said?
all units in the hero's army gain Dragon Slayer and Draconian Slayer for 3 points. But I don't think we're fighting very many of those.
There's a number of sites around the map that have draconians, but
Yeah, that's about it.
and it could turn out that there's an independent city that the goblins or whatever humans have conquered. Plus, you find the occasional scoundrel, so it's not worthless, but yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably pretty rare. What other 1 point things are available?
Vision range upgrade, shock protection, blight protection, and melee and range strength.
The goblins love using blight.
That's true.
Whereas shock is a little less common, but it does occur, like especially when you fight wisps and stuff.
Yeah.
Blight is also a lot of the wildlife in the blight, obviously, and some undead. I'd probably give her a level of. Well,
Blight
what's she
protection
gonna?
and HP.
I'm trying to think what she's gonna fight next. Uh, rack. Next likely site to clear. Oh yeah, as a kobold that does blight. If you use her to help clear the site near Falsariel later. Or it's gonna be the orcs who also use blight. So yeah, blight protection HP probably. Or blight protection and resistance if she can. Can she take a.
Resistance is too expensive.
Oh,
Costs
it
4.
costs 4 for a point of
Yeah.
resistance? Oh,
Yeah.
you already gave upgrade it once, yeah. Or twice. Yeah, then I would give her blight protection HP.
Okay.
So that she can, better survive the attacks of. She may actually need to help with the orc priests near Mistdale before you worry about an earth elemental and an elephant and a kobold. Either way, the blight protection will help a little.
Should I move her anywhere?
Um, yeah, I'd
Where should I
probably,
send her?
I'd probably send her. Let's see, Mistdale is a likely candidate. Because clearing that trading post out eventually. Um, oh, she could probably it's not too long to get to Fugold for her, and the Archon casters use blight damage, by the way, so that's also useful against them. They do not use fire, but I guess it was good to lock that in anyways.
She'd probably be good with an army of Storm Sisters, huh?
Eventually, yeah. I mean, there's a cave entrance up to the northwest that will get her if you just tell her the path the shortest way. There might be a different route
Do you want me to send her underground?
to Fugold. Yeah, maybe. Or since you were worried about that city defeating the Archons, or you could use it to help clear the trading post near Mistdale. You just need an observatory for that. It is a lot of money.
Yeah, 20 gold.
Yeah, I guess Mistdale. Plus, you never know if brigands are gonna come wandering. She could train up on whatever wanders over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you want me to send her there?
Yeah. Especially because once you get that Warhol complete and maybe do a Mammoth Rider, you can maybe create a small stack to actually wander the Arctic area and clear treasure sites, and you'll need. Maybe she
So
works
did you
with the
say I should?
other hero to do that, who leads the army for now, the other guy, because he's got nature's resistance. What?
So you want my boar to scout out the Great Farm?
Can she not move? Oh, she's a Frostling, not an elf, so she can't
Yeah.
move further.
She doesn't look like a Frostling. Are
She looks like,
Frostling heroes just blue?
yep. She's a female Frostling, by the way. But anyways, she's a Frostling hero, which means if you get Royal Guards in Mistdale, they can guard her. Actually, I think they can guard
Okay.
any hero. So eventually, those are,
The Frostling units look a lot shorter than the Frostling leaders.
yeah, their elves are like almost a, they're like, I mean, sorry, their leaders are like almost part elven or something. They're like of a different race
Yeah.
than the rest of the Frostlings.
Yeah, they look way more humanoid. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's because they lost their goddess Arctica or something. There's actually a lore to it.
Yeah.
They're like diminished race, and they're trying to bring back their goddess or something. It actually is
Hmm.
reminiscent of Fall from Heaven 2, the Civ 4 mod, where the end of winter and yeah, and the what is it? There's an entire empire that's dedicated to bring back winter.
Hmm.
The Eleanor, I think they're called, or something. No, the Illa something. Ilians. I think it's called the Ilians, if I remember. It's been a while since I played that. I'm gonna actually do a let's play of it eventually. Yeah, I would send the board just to look at the Great Farm, and if the Great Farm doesn't have a bunch of hidden units, I would send the whole army, the Orcish stack, to clear out that Great
All right.
Farm to get some money by selling off instead of taking the unit.
Okay. Just these three. Nobody's
Yep.
there.
Okay, well, I'd put the whole stack next to it, and then as soon as the stack arrives, um, all right, let me save it in case it crashes or whatnot.
All right.
Yeah, now you can attack. Though YouTube video is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna cut this. Folks in YouTube, I wish you all the best. Take care of each other, be kind yourselves, and may you always find a gangster lead you home. Adieu.